Hello everyone, my name is Mercy and welcome back to another video where today I'm going to be talking about the Backrooms movie because I finally just saw it after a week that it's been, I think, released for now. And I want to preface this real quick that I'm going to talk about, obviously, the movie first, and I'm going to talk about the spoilers afterwards, so you can skip to the spoiler thing if you want, or skip through, whatever, okay? It'll show up when it'll show up, and I'll tell you when I'm going to talk about it. So, I also want to say that I don't know much about the Backrooms lore, okay? I haven't seen much of the Backrooms. I played some Backrooms games before. None of it really explains anything, though, they're just funny or fun, Backrooms games that I've checked out. If you want to go check that out, check my other channel. It's Mercy's World TV. Look it up on YouTube. And yeah, I played those before. And I've seen Kane Pixel's first Backrooms video. And I have not seen the other 3 or 4, or however many there are. I think there's only like 3, actually. So, anyway, I went into this movie not knowing too much. I've seen some of the trailers and everything. And I expected what I expected, not too much of, mostly just the main areas, the back rooms that, like, what looks the most iconic, and maybe they'll explore a little bit more. And I think there's more levels to it than I know of, that, other than just the yellow thing, and that's kind of what I'm talking about here. But in the actual movie, there's a lot more than I expected, really, from it. Now, I want to say real quick, I really liked the movie. I thought it was a really cool film. I would say that, like, it's not, like, one of my favorite films. I don't love it or anything like that. I don't have, like, I don't know if I really had much high expectations in it anyway, so, like, I didn't really think much of it, but it certainly wasn't a bad movie by any means, in my opinion. Like, I thought it was a really unique film from what they did. I think the sets were really cool. I think the story was super duper interesting. Again, I don't really understand all of it necessarily, especially towards the end, and, there's usually, like, different acts that people refer to for movies, and there's, like, if I consider a first, second, or third act, I do think that, like, it does get better overall, later, further on. But, it doesn't get too crazy or anything like that. So I think it was really cool. And I also want to say this, that, it's kind of supposed to be a subliminal type stuff. And I think it does very well for what it is, because it's mostly quiet. And I feel like a lot of people might be complaining about that. I haven't seen any other people's reviews. It's not something I do. I just don't look at other people's reviews of films or anything like that, or video games. I just don't care. I just want to say what I want to say. So, what I was going to say is the subliminalness with it, right? Like areas you've seen before. I kind of think that's kind of what, the Backrooms whole vibe and atmosphere is. The whole style of it, right? Which I think is so unique and interesting in its own right. So I don't think Kane Pixels was the creator of the Backrooms, by the way. I did look that up, and apparently he isn't. But he did make all those different videos, which is what led him into the director. So I think that's really cool. And I heard he's like 19 years old, and I'm like, what? That's like younger. Maybe he's as old as I am. Maybe he was hired when he was 19. But very young director, all things considering, and very again very talented for everything that was done in it. Was it really scary? Not really. I wouldn't say it's really too scary. There's some grotesque stuff in it, but otherwise, what was I gonna say again? Oh yeah, I was talking about subliminalness. Okay, so I think it's always going to be kind of difficult to, like, transition and, like, push that into, like, the big screen of, like, movies and films and stuff. I can totally see it, like, working way better in, like, YouTube stuff, and especially in video games, subliminal ness, if you want to call it that, nostalgic areas or whatever, is definitely going to work better there than it is in film. So I think it does a really good job, all things considering, and I didn't really expect too much from it anyway. It's in the eyes of multiple different characters, so it's doing its own thing in that regard. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say too much in terms of, like, that stuff. So I guess I'm gonna go into the spoilers things real quick. I apologize if this is just a quick review. It just is what it is. My channel. So spoiler right now. Okay, going in. The guy goes psycho. He goes crazy, and he starts, like, it goes more into, like, the psychic, right? The psychological factors of the mental, the mentality of these characters, and pushes that into the Backrooms thing. Now, I thought the Backrooms thing, kind of had, I don't know why I expected this, but I actually felt like the movie would probably end up going in this route. I feel like way too many movies do nowadays. It's not necessarily that it's a bad thing, but like I'm always the type of guy who I'm like, I get kind of sick of seeing it all the time where, oh, there's a psychological thing going on with this stuff. But I don't think the movie necessarily, like, changes anything with that because the Backrooms is still a really, very true, real thing. And I don't think any of it really has anything to do with, like, the brain or mind and, like, what they're seeing, right? Like, it's not, like, full on, like, Silent Hill or, like, pushing Silent Hill 2 or whatever, anything like that. I think everything pretty much is mostly real. I did get confused with like the ending with Mary. I think her name is Mary. I forgot what the other guy's name was, but the main character, really good actor. I forgot the actor's name too. But I really like him as an actor and all. But he does a very good job with everything there too, but it's kind of unexpected what becomes of him. And he had his own counterpart of like its own backroom entity, and I never knew about any of this stuff either. I thought it was just like this siren head dark creature backroom type of character monster that was roaming the whole backrooms. That's the only thing I know. I mean, that was in the video, and I've seen it in, like, what, the Minecraft backrooms when I was playing that. I think it's the same creature. And then there's a weird love one, too. I don't know if that's canon or not, but anyway. I don't understand the whole thing. I assume it's just creepypastas, right? Like everything that's written, online, it's like a creepypasta based on a picture, if I'm not wrong. But what do I know? I have no idea. So Kane Pixels has his own interpretation of all of it. I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's, but I don't know if it's anything like that because I've never thought of that. But it is really interesting. It's very weird. It's very whack. It's what you kind of expect from like an A24 film. But as his first like big movie thing, and as a guy who's super talented, because I didn't know how he did any of that stuff. I mean, I don't think he made sets for his actual videos or anything like that. I think he was really good at. He has to be very good at like modeling or something like that because that stuff looked really, and this is like, pre AI. This is not an AI thing. This is his own built-in art. So I'm really curious of even how that was made in the movie because there is a lot of things in the film that is mostly recorded by camera, obviously similar to his video or videos. So, I think it's a very talented movie. I think it's really cool. It does show you a lot more of the rooms and the levels of it all. I don't know much about it again, but you do see, like, a bunch of levels in this movie. And most of them are very close to the yellow thing is still surrounding everything, right? Like the yellow background from, like, the first level, I think. Because I think the other levels don't have that backroom. I'm pretty sure all the other levels have, like, a different, like, setting and how subliminal it all is. If I'm not wrong, but I could be wrong, it might be kind of like that. Again, I don't know how accurate the movie is at all. It is very slow paced for a lot of it. I can see how maybe that was like people's. I mean, the only other horror film I've seen not too long ago was Iron Lung, and that was also pretty slow paced. And I might need to talk about that someday as well. But it's fine. A lot of it doesn't really like it doesn't build it for like too much suspension, but I've always thought that was interesting, and I don't mind slow paced stuff, especially for horror movies. Even if it's not scary, I don't mind it, especially if it's in a cool setting. Like Iron Lung was in like the submarine thing, and this one's obviously building up in the background, and I think this one does it like really well, with everything. But yeah, I don't know. I like the movie a lot. What would I give it as a rating? I don't like rating movies or games. It's just not something I really like doing anymore. I could probably rank stuff, but apparently they're actually making a Backrooms too, so I'm really interested in what they're going to do with that. So this is just my out of theater reaction. I mean, I watched the movie like a long while ago, like hours ago, and it was just me and my dad in the theater, so it was like literally no one else was there. So that was nice, and the theater was actually good. If you don't know, the theater maybe I shouldn't talk. I'm gonna shut up there. I'm just saying, if you have a theater that really really sucks, comment down below because oh my god, it's like they don't they don't care about the audio, they don't care about the screen. They put like zero effort into anything. Even if there's a lot of people in there, it's crazy, and I hate that. I hate theaters like that, and I don't wanna be near it, but that's the only one that's close. So. Anyway, I still love the theaters and stuff, you know, and nothing wrong with it. But, you know, I think it's getting better, but okay, anyway. So with that being said, sorry, I just thought about recording this out of the shower because I was like, you know what, screw it. Here's my review of it. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Please comment down below if anyone does see this review. I don't think anyone will much, but if you do and watch through the whole thing, please comment down below how you felt about the movie because I want to see other people's thoughts. A lot of people like to see reviews online, and I just don't pay attention or care. I'm just being honest. I just look into it as it is and make up my own opinion because I'm sorry, I think way too many people just say their opinion based on a lot of other people's opinions, and I don't like that. I feel like that's boring because it's just it's like taking from Reddit or I don't know, some YouTube video, you know. Nothing wrong with taking, you know, other people's opinions and thinking about it and be like, oh yeah, you know, but I'm not gonna ramble about that too much. I just felt like saying that because it's like, I just, you know, just let it out there. You know, if you didn't like the movie, you didn't like the movie. That's okay. But I enjoyed the movie. It's not one of my favorites, but I'll rewatch it. And I'm excited for the sequel when that comes out. Maybe I'll check out his other videos sooner or later on this channel or the other one. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Mercy, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!